Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. I've just fitted the alloy wheel with the new tyre on the little red Fiesta, and I'm going to be getting on and getting these seat belts removed from this car. If you bear with me a second. So the first thing, this seat belt here is actually locked tight, which normally means that there wasn't a passenger in the car when it had the accident. So obviously this panel does have to be removed, and then we need to remove the inner quarter plastic, but this is so tight you couldn't undo the bolts and get this loose. So unfortunately there is only one way, and you can see how tight that was, that just cut through that like a piece of butter. So I'm now going to get this little tab out, get the screw out of that, get that removed and get this seat belt out. And I'm probably going to go off camera now and remove both seat belts out of the parts car, because this car is going to require both of those seat belts. That's both of the seat belts removed from the parts car, passenger side and driver's side. The only tools you will require to remove two of these seat belts from a car, or just one seat belt, is a T45 and your ratchet, and that goes through that bolt hole there. And then there's a little 8mm socket, there's a little bracket at the top which just holds that in line, and then you've got the T45 that goes at the top, and right down the bottom on the long bar, again T45, and I've got a small flat-ended screwdriver there to pop out that little grey cover. I will show on the other car, but that's the seat belts there, guys, for you people that haven't seen one. And this has obviously got an explosion unit inside, and these do lock up completely if you have an accident, so that you can't jump forward. They are quite mucky. I will give them a wipe over, and then I'll be getting them fitted in the red car, and I'll try and do a bit more of a documented fit of these in the car so that you can see how simple it is. A lot of people would refer, I'm just going to show you quickly, to you need to remove this inner panel. And I mean, I did say that at the beginning of the video, but once you start doing things, you realise that you've done it before and how simple they are. As you can see, the back seat is fitted in this car, and once you pull this out of its poppers, you got that little bit at the top there, you pop the cover out and it's got a little Phillips screw in there, and that just pulls out the way. And then this cover here, you can actually pop it all out of its poppers, and you can actually bend that, and it doesn't cause any damage to it at all, and it does actually give you plenty of room to get that seatbelt back in there, and then this all just clips straight back on. Like I said, I will try and document it a little bit more when fitting those ones in the car. I'll probably record now removing one, and then I'll record putting one back in. Somebody did ask last night, you know, what would you do if you sold the car and the airbags didn't deploy? And quite honestly, the answer to that would be that the accident wasn't bad enough for the airbags to go off, because, you know, I put a module in the car, and when you turn the ignition on in any car, your airbag light comes on, and once you start the car, the airbag light then goes out. If that airbag light stayed illuminated, then there would be an issue, but by that light going out, that actually says that the system is okay and everything is working as it should. It's pretty much the same as having an ABS light on your car. You know, that ABS light comes on when you turn your ignition on. After the car's running, that light goes out. If there was a fault, that light would stay illuminated. Don't forget as well, I do plug the cars in, I check for any codes, and I'll clear the codes, and then I'll do between 100 and 200 miles in the vehicles myself before I sell them, and make sure they are 100%. Let's get on with this seatbelt. So first of all, the T45 down here is the passenger side seatbelt. We're going to get on and get that removed. So yeah, it's just literally that bar. As you did just see a second ago, I had to cut that seatbelt because it was way too tight. Sorry guys, I wasn't going to unwind this on camera, but I will, just so that you can see the whole sequence. So you undo that, and then as you can see, you twist that there, and that pulls out. I'm going to let the other seatbelt just drop off, because unfortunately well, there you go. You just take that off, and that does hold the bottom part of the seatbelt, so we'll stick that back in a moment. And then up here you've got the little white tab that I was on about earlier. You need to pop that out, and there's a little Phillips screw in there. Very, very naughty, but I've got the flat ended in my hand, and I've just undone the others and they was quite loose. So yeah, you just literally undo that screw, and then this panel, I need to remove the rubber a little bit to get behind it, and then it will just literally pop off. So as you can hear, it's all coming out of its clips. So I'm going to go down, remove all of these, and then come back in a second. So guys, I just literally pulled this out, and then it then releases that. It does stay attached up here, but that will swing back in place in a moment. And then you've obviously got the T45 up here. Sorry, I did need to use two hands there to crack that off. It's quite tight. That's the other bolt for it. And then after that, we're going to be releasing this clip here. I'll show that, and then we'll be removing it down there. So once we've removed that T45, these clips sometimes are a bit awkward, but you slide them up, pull the top out. That's not really working. You pull it up, pull the top out, and then pull down. And sorry, that does release it. So we're now able to get to that 8mm bolt at the top, and then obviously we got that T45 underneath that you can see down there. I'm going to get those loose, and then we'll get this pulled out, and we'll start the process of putting a new one in. Yeah, so as you can see, there is plenty of room there to get that out. So whoever said that you needed to take those panels out, it's a bit of a myth. You can see there's no damage on there at all, and that will all go back perfect. I'm now going to grab the new seat belt and start the process of putting it back in. As you can see, they're exactly the same, and the part numbers are absolutely identical. There's no difference in them whatsoever, apart from obviously this is a good one and that one has blown. So let's get this in there. It's going to be exactly the same process putting it in the car as it was taking it out, so I won't bother filming that. It's a little peek of that. Now it is all put back in there, exactly how it should be, and that is it. I'm going to go put all these back on and come straight back. So that was that whole process, start to finish, and that's completely done. I won't need to do the other side on camera, but I'll just show that that is all completely fixed and now working perfect. So I'm going to do the other side, and that will be the airbag kit, apart from plugging the module in, complete. That's the driver's seat belt. I just thought I'd lay it out so you can physically see how long that is. That's actually exploded, and it's not far from the same length as the car. Make an ideal tow rope. So that's both seat belts now in. I've got the engine running today. Those lights are not flashing, it just looks like they're flashing in the picture, that's all, in the camera. But we've still got the airbag light on, we've got the fuel light on, that's nothing new there. And once I put the module in and do a code read on it and a reset, that should be pretty much it. The guy's coming to do the windscreen tomorrow. I'll probably hold this video here. I have done the Renault video today, so I've never done two videos in one day. I'll probably hold this video and then come back to it tomorrow after the windscreen's been fitted, and hopefully we'll go down, give it a nice clean, because it certainly deserves it, and see what it comes up like. In the meantime, I'm going to sit here and flick through all the free CDs that come with it and see if we got anything good. I'll be back tomorrow. The guy's just here now fitting the windscreen. As you can see, it has been cut out, and I'm just doing that little hole that I mentioned I needed to drill yesterday because the dashboard is a slightly different model. I've got the other one here. See, it has got that hole in it, and it's just for this sensor. So once they've gone, I can get this sensor plugged in and get that put back in where it should be. Just brought it down for a bar, and then we'll get up the lay-by and have a walk around. So there you go guys, all completely finished. I've just had a quick wash done on it and put the new number plates on. It did have a front number plate that was duct taped on there. I've stuck that one on the best I can with the sticky pads, but it does feel quite loose, so hopefully that don't fall off. I'm sorry, just gonna have to step out the road there for a moment. The windscreen's all in there, that's all done. That little sensor that I had to drill the hole for is all now back in there. And yeah, it's actually come out really nice. It's a lovely little car. The kit really does suit it. There's a couple of tiny little bits that I'm going to need to do off camera like I normally do that are just really not relevant to do at the moment. I had that red can knocked up to base up the inside of that wing, and as you can see there's a couple of very minor tiny little marks in the bumper. I will touch those up as I've got that paint. I'll put a bit of it into the lid and use a little brush to do it. But all in all, the car's come out really nice. That little cap is still at the paint shop, and the little end cap here, I am having trouble finding one of those, but no doubt I will come up with one. I am still waiting for the logbook for the car, so you know, that could take another week or two, so I'm in no major rush to get it done because it won't be going anywhere until I've got that through. I am going to get it MOT'd. I'm going to chuck my tray plates in it and start using it, running around in it. Like I said, I have had it cleaned inside. It's not come up perfect. It really could do with a thorough clean and a nice set of mats. There isn't really anything else to report on this car. It is all done now. Like I said, just those little bits to do off camera, a couple of minor bits that are not going to take me very long at all. Unfortunately, it's not a long video like I thought it was going to be because it all went together so quick, and I recorded the passenger side seatbelt. There was not really any point in doing the driver's side seatbelt as well because it's exactly the same job. But let me know what you do think of this video in the comments section down below. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I upload videos like this on a regular basis with various different cars. I really do appreciate all the comments I get. I appreciate all the lovely comments on the Renault 5 last night. That was really nice. All the positive comments, and I delivered that money back to the charity this morning. And I did put a post on the Instagram of the receipt that we got from them. So if you haven't already, add me on Instagram. It's Salvagerebuildsuk. I don't put a great deal on there, but I do put little sneak peeks and updates of what I'm up to during the day, why I'm filming the videos, because I don't upload the videos until I get home at night. So yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it, because it really does help the channel to grow, and we want to get it as big as we possibly can. At the same time, keeping the same theme, what I always do, repairing these salvage cars, letting you know how much I paid for them, how much I spent on them, how much time it took, and how much pre-tax profit we earn out of these cars. You can earn money out of these cars. You don't have to be an expert. It's not something that you would have had to have done before. Anybody can do this job. I've had quite a few other car traders saying, why are you telling everybody the secrets? These are not secrets. Nobody taught me these secrets. I learnt them for myself. Yeah, nobody taught me the secrets. Everything I've learnt for myself, and I'm quite happy to share it with anybody else that's considering doing it. Like I did say in the video last night, I do keep getting a lot of emails and stuff like that. I'm not going to start responding to the emails, unfortunately. There's no offence intended whatsoever, but my email address that's on there is a personal email address, and it does say right at the top of it, for sponsorship offers only. So that is my personal email. I do try and get back to everybody in the comments section. I know for a lot of you watching this, it sounds like I'm repeating myself, but straight away after I said it last night and everybody agreed that I've got to keep my personal life separate, I received 5 emails. I even received one in particular that said, "Hi Rob, I've just watched your video on the Renault 5. I completely understand where you're coming from. I don't want to jump on the bandwagon, but I do have some questions about my car." Well, that would be a prime example of what I'm trying to avoid. I'm not going to waffle on any longer. Let me know what you think of the little Fiesta. I haven't done a complete add up on the car yet, but I should imagine this car is going to be for sale for around 2,700. It has only done 36,000. Sorry guys, I had to cut that video short, but I am going to be coming back this afternoon with a price breakdown on the little Fiesta. I woke up first thing this morning and realised that the MOT on my recovery truck actually run out on the 10th of October. So I've now come to SRS Motors on the Isle of Sheppey. It's the only place on the Isle of Sheppey that can MOT my truck because it's class 7, so it's not the same as a normal car MOT. I've used these quite a few times for the truck, guys, so if you do need any class 7s done, just ring up here, and the guy's name's Steve. He should be able to help you out. I'll be back this afternoon with a price breakdown on that Fiesta. So guys, that was an absolute success. We got no advisories and the truck is good to go now for another year. I have just done a breakdown on the Fiesta. I was going to do another video on it, and I actually sat there and thought about it and thought there's no point doing another complete video based on really just a price breakdown and how it drives. So I thought I'd add it on this video and then let you know what I was going after today down Copart. So the little red 62 Reg Fiesta that we've just done on the channel, the car was total £725. To collect it, as usual, I charged myself for the truck £50. The wing, lower arm and steering rack end that you all see was £40 from the breakers. The airbag ECU I couldn't use from the parts car because one of the seat airbags had blown off. So I bought one of those from the full breakers for £40. I had the windscreen fitter come out yesterday and swap the windscreen round, and that was £50. I did change the suspension leg off camera. You saw that I put a lower arm on it and a drumstick. That was just to get it manoeuvrable, to get it off the truck. So I did change the complete leg and hub off camera, and that was £40. The paintwork on the car was £220. I haven't MOT'd it yet, but the MOT will be £40. There was cheap part worn tyres available for as little as £15, but I wanted to put a decent new tyre on it, so that was £30. Miscellaneous, I always put that on there just to cover the cost of like the little cap and other little bits. That's £100, and so we got a total there of £1,335. It was 14 hours labour start to finish. I don't normally time it, but I did because I know people are really interested in that. So yeah, 14 hours labour and £1,335. I'm going to be listing the car for £2,695 on very near offer. So I think you would agree there is a absolutely fantastic profit coming out of that car, and it was definitely well worth doing. So that concludes the little red car. I'm now going to be driving around in it for the next week or two, doing the normal 100 to 200 miles, snagging it, making sure the car is 100% before I let it go. I wouldn't normally tell you what I was going after down at Copart, but the auction is today and I won't be uploading this video until this evening. I was looking at doing another Fiat 500. I feel like the earlier Fiat 500s that I've done, they haven't had the views that all my videos have now, because a lot of subscribers don't go back through all the old videos, so they kind of missed the series of that last red one that I've done. That was a series of 4 or 5 videos, which was really good. So today, unfortunately, I know a lot of you are probably getting a bit bored of Fiestas, but there's actually an 11 reg blue Fiesta going through that is water flood damaged. Now the engine will be knackered, it has sucked water up, but as you know, we have an engine in that parts car. So I'm going to go after that car today. I've bid quite strong money for it, knowing that we got all the parts to repair it. I'm going to try my best to win that. If I do, there obviously will be a video on it later in the week of me picking it up, and I'll be doing a video on it of removing the engine and fitting the new engine, and probably doing quite a few service items on the engine out of the parts car before it goes in. So that will be a wrap today for this video. Thank you all for waiting. I know it was due yesterday. Don't forget, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm always uploading videos like this, repairing salvage cars and various projects. And if you do enjoy the video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow. And yeah, share my videos. I really would appreciate it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.